So first and foremost, I want to show you some stuff related to testing the openness of your domain for AI crawlers. I've stumbled upon a very new product that came from Microsoft recently, specifically Microsoft Clarity. Some of you probably know this product. It's essentially a Hotjar competitor, but they've added new AI visibility tab that helps you to get some additional insights that I find useful. First and foremost, you can see which AI bots visit your website, but you also can validate which specific URLs are most visited and which types of content are consumed by specific AI bots. So you can see the breakdown here, but you can also see AI traffic. So this is somewhat like a Google Analytics section for GPT traffic. It's hard to find Google Analytics GPT section as it is, but yeah, Clarity makes it a bit more detailed. So I find it useful because it can help you to see which crawlers visit robots.txt, which crawlers visit your LLMs.txt, if they even pull some of the content visible there. So you can validate if your website is essentially crunched by AI bots and your data is being pulled. If that's your goal, all the best practices that we list include being open to AI bots. This is one of the very basic fundamental best practices for optimizing your website for AI bots. So I thought that it would make sense to mention this, as it's a week old. So just a week ago they released this product. It's still in beta. So that's about the Clarity. Another thing I found is a trick in Google Search Console. So one of the key values that we are looking within the AI visibility products is are the key prompts. So essentially, we use tools like Chatbeat, Profound, SEMrush, AI Visibility Toolkit, and many others to research which key prompts are most popular within for a specific brand. Let me just there are a couple of additional ways you can learn this from other sources. So obviously using the AI visibility tools is great, but again, as I want to provide you guys with as much value as possible, regardless if it's a promotional to our products or not, I think that you should also research key prompts visible within Google Search Console. There's this cool regular expression that you can use to filter essentially all the questions people type into Google when finding your domain. This is how you can find most popular questions that are essentially popping up your URLs from your website. So I'll be sharing this this regex expression right away via chat. So hopefully you guys find it useful. You can just save it for later. It's difficult to remember. So hopefully that will help you to pull some of those questions. So again, the tools that allow you to track your AI visibility, they do provide you with some of the estimations on most popular key prompts, like let's see, for example, for Disney Plus, right? So the tool is analyzing the top key prompts. It's trying to verify the potential search volume for each prompt. So again, this is super valuable, but it has some cons because there's no Google Search Console for ChatGPT yet. So those are estimations based on some of the activities for users within Google. So to supplement that, you can either use suggested prompts, or you can use this trick in Google Search Console. So again, I hope you find it useful. Another thing that was some of my very recent finding is that you can find. Let me switch to account. Just so it's related to your YouTube channel. So we saw that one of the biggest wins for some of our customers were related to the YouTube optimization. And if you have a YouTube channel, or if you have a YouTube collaborations with influencers on YouTube, if you run YouTube campaigns, influencer campaigns, when you do some collaboration with YouTubers who maybe break down your product, or do some sort of a summary for your product, that creates a great opportunity for you guys to put some of the content in front of LLMs, in front of AI models. So to do that, I've already showed you that there's this setting called allow third-party companies to train AI models using my channel content. I've already mentioned this during my previous webinar, but you can also choose which companies you want to share your data with. So maybe you are not comfortable with sharing all of your data with every AI company. So for example, you don't want to Runway ML, which is mostly a video generation platform. You don't want to share your content with Runway ML, so they don't train their video content generation based on your YouTube videos. But you want to share that with OpenAI, as you want to pull as much as possible of this very high conversion rate traffic from ChatGPT. So you can choose which ones you prefer. And I was super surprised to see that you can choose so many platforms here. I was wondering how come that they even have some sort of a deal with Google. So yeah. But my go-to setting is allow all the third companies, and some of our customers were super successful with this setting. So I think I've mentioned already ING Bank, that had an amazing YouTube channel, a lot of YouTube content, and the single click from this to this was really a huge ROI, because we saw the boost in their AI visibility, the boost in their AI traffic, just by opening their YouTube account. So just to put it out there, hopefully you can use it. We can see that videos are becoming the most prominent form of sources that are also cited by LLMs. So I mentioned during the previous webinar that you guys have two types of sources that influence results. A part of the sources are sources that are used to train new models, and part of the sources are pulled on the fly, real time, when you ask questions to enrich the answers that ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini adds. And we can see more and more results from YouTube. We can see that YouTube is becoming one of the most prominent sections, cited sections, specifically for Gemini, specifically for AI overviews. So I would underline that YouTube should be somewhat like one of the pillars of your AI visibility strategy for upcoming months. The sources do change a lot. You can see that YouTube is visible here. It used to be Reddit. Like a year ago, the Reddit was by far the most authoritative source of and the most cited source, probably next to Wikipedia. Right now, we can see that YouTube is growing fast in terms of the most cited sources. So even if you don't have a YouTube channel, you can set up a collaboration with YouTube influencers. There are platforms to do that. It doesn't necessarily cost you tens of thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars. You don't have to work specifically with, PewDiePie or one of the major YouTubers. There's number of second or third tier YouTubers that are happy for a collaboration, anywhere between several hundreds dollars or thousands of dollars if they have a larger accounts. And we can see that even videos from less popular channels are ranking really well within LLM citations. So that's definitely a big part of the strategy. That's definitely something we are doing for our own product, to get as many citations as possible. So that's another thing that I was hoping to add on top of the previous webinar. And yeah, another one would be the loose, let's say, reflection or summary from our case studies. We've done, over past few weeks, we've done 5 case studies with companies or brands like Wiesmann. There's another Coffee Desk, Base, Base.com, and number of others. And I hope you guys like them. We'll publish them very soon. We'll make sure to add all the details and probably even raw case studies for you in the webinar notes. For this webinar, you will receive an email. But all in all, probably the biggest 3 best practices that did work for those companies, and they have really spectacular results. WorkSmile, boosted their visibility by 27%. Coffee Desk went from second to first position in LLMs. Base.com has around 50% growth. So really amazing results. And we'll be happy to go into details within those documents that we will share with you after the webinar. But all in all, there are 3 major pillars. Obviously, it's difficult to pinpoint which one of those pillars had the biggest contribution towards boost in their visibility. But I would say that those 3 pillars are, pillars for a reason, and you should consider them if you are not running them already. So first was being open. So making sure that the AI bots are aware of your website, are visiting your website. I mentioned during the previous webinar that even apart from the raw TXT file, even apart from LLMS TXT file that has a lot of supporters and a lot of critics, you can make sure that AI is aware of your website by just triggering deep research on your own domain, on your own blog, on your own website, landing pages. You just share the address and you ask ChatGPT to do the deep research on your domain, indexing all the, like blog posts or all the landing pages, all the information that's related there. This is probably one of the best ways to make sure that AI is visiting your website. So just to make sure that your website is open, that's the absolute minimum. The second pillar was content capsules, which I mentioned during the previous webinar. So the content capsules are let me just maybe quickly skip to the webinar itself, or to my presentation from the previous webinar. Just a moment. All right. Let me quickly share different part of the screen. Yeah, sorry for skipping between the browser and the PowerPoint presentation. Some of the knowledge is in one place and some of it is in the other. So the content capsules, it's very basic. It's pretty much like FAQ. So you pose popular questions that resonate with the top prompts that you found, that you saw within tools like Chatbit, or key prompts that were suggested by Google Search Console within the trick that I showed you already, or a key prompts that you feel like resonate well with your audience. Maybe you ask your customers questions, what types of prompts they typically use in ChatGPT to find product like yours. So there's a number of ways you can use to find key questions, key prompts that people type into ChatGPT or Gemini or other models. And you should create FAQ sections within your content that correspond. So if you create an article related to share of voice, for example, there should be sections which they're like, what is a share of voice? How do you calculate share of voice? What's the methodology behind share of voice? So typical questions that are related to this topic, to this content pillar that you try to form. So we saw that this is by far the most common best practice among the winning strategies for some of our customers. And you could see that also within the analysis that was done by searchengineland.com last year or late last year, where you saw that over 33% of growing content that drove citations that ranked well within citations was had actually content capsules. So it makes sense to introduce them within your own content. And the third pillar was tracking the sources. So probably by far the most valuable data that AI visibility tools can share with you is the data related to sources, the most cited sources that LLMs use when answering questions related to your business, related to your company. So essentially, top citations, domains, and actual URLs. So we saw that the sources contained a lot of very actionable insights. So, and I know actionable insights sounds like buzzword, but those are like ready-made strategies here that you can implement within your. So you see which or what is the structure of URLs that are ranking well for a specific domain or for specific prompts. You can also use the existing high-ranking content to maybe get into the ranking by some of those are, for example, affiliate links, affiliate landing pages that you can get on by collaborating with the website or with the ERR. So leveraging sources was by far one of the major strategies that we saw. And one of my favorite use cases was Coffee Desk, as they became a number one source for their own industry, essentially. So you can see the top domains. This is a dream come true for any company that wants to rank well within AI visibility, within AI models. You can see that their own domain is by far most cited domain within this space related to coffee. The Coffee Desk is essentially a online shop with coffee and all the gear related to coffee, and you can see that it's most cited domain. So that's the dream come true scenario, but it's not the and it's not easy to get there. Those are you can see some of the URLs that rank really well for their homepage is ranking really well, but they have a lot of specific URLs. Well, we can see them here to sorry. Yeah, we can see them here to see changes over time, right? We can see that it fluctuates over time, and yeah. So again, third pillar, leveraging the sources. Sorry, sometimes I see some curious data, and I tend to flow away with already thinking about some new tactics that some of you guys you can use to boost your visibility. Right. So hopefully now we can jump into the questions that you have. Hopefully, again, I shared all the additional insights that we've learned over past couple of weeks. Any good practice that we see resonate with our customers and that actually works well, I as fast as possible with you guys, just to provide as much value. So first question, let me scroll down to the first one. All right. So how does traffic from online growth on Brand24? We can trust the estimated from LLMs from Ahrefs. That's a great question, and it's pretty tricky. So we can see that there are fluctuations in the quantity of traffic that LLMs send out, because in some of the months that we saw over past year, let's focus on ChatGPT for a second. ChatGPT was highlighting links a lot, or they are not highlighting the links that much. It's their own decision whether they highlight links within the text itself or at the end of the text. Both have different conversion rate, the click-through rates. So essentially what I'm trying to say is this is why tracking the traffic is not necessarily the best way to track your visibility within AI, because even if your brand is constantly ranking #1 for most of the key prompts related to your industry, your traffic will fluctuate vastly because of the user interface changes within ChatGPT, or how generous they feel about sharing traffic with other vendors. I've read today that they intend to charge 4% for the e-commerce traffic that they want to send out to e-commerce sites, obviously with their products platform, e-commerce platform within ChatGPT. So that sounds like a pretty steep commission, right? Some of the online shops are operating on incredibly low profit margins, so 4% might be already eating most of their margins. So considering ChatGPT is looking for sources of revenue, we might expect that there's a less and less traffic that they will be sending to your website. That being said, it still makes sense to position yourself within AI models, because the answers that they give, even if they don't have links, and most of them don't have links that can be clicked through to your website, this is still a huge exposure. By 2028, the AI search traffic will be bigger than or AI search exposure in a way will be bigger than organic search, than traditional search. So we do track traffic from ChatGPT within our Google Analytics, within our, as you saw moments ago, within Clarity, within other tools, and it pretty much fluctuates despite our AI visibility growing for Brand24. So again, we have to remember that AI traffic, the traffic that we see within Google Analytics or other tools, it's only tip of the iceberg, because most of the recommendations that AI models give, whenever they are recommending your product or your service or your brand, there are no links next to it. So this will boost your brand awareness, and you might be looking at the boost in your number of searches for your company name within Google, but most of this traffic will be invisible to Google Analytics. This is why it's so important to use any AI visibility tools. Whatever tool you use, if it's gonna be, a SEMrush, Ahrefs, Profound, Chatbit, whatever tool, it really makes sense to track your positions for answers, and not the actual traffic, because again, the traffic is only tip of the iceberg. There are huge discrepancies between Ahrefs and other vendors, or between any vendor really. It all depends on the key prompts that you track. The more key prompts, the more authentic will be the result that you will see within those products. So it really depends on the setup. You can have a very different setup within Ahrefs, different prompts that you track, and different prompts that you track within other tools like Chatbit. So yeah, but if you set up the same prompts within both of those tools, the results should be fairly similar, because all of those tools are trying to simulate the typical user, also using things like settings like geolocation, so you can try to mimic user that would be entering ChatGPT from Germany or UK or US, and to see what's typical answer that they would get when asking about your product or your industry. So hopefully this helps. The next question, let me just, yep. I don't know. I mean, there are pros and cons. I don't want to be, I don't want to be like a salesman that says, yeah, Chatbit is great, is the best. It's definitely, most accurate. I'm sure that all the tools have their pros and cons. I would recommend you try several, and you decide which is which. If I had to promote my own product, which is always cheesy and if not dishonest, I would see what's the number of key prompts that you can track within specific models, and how many AI models specific tools track. Some of them track 3 models, some of them track 6 models, some of them track 10 different models. So obviously, your priority might be ChatGPT only in Gemini, and then tool that tracks three AI models is good enough. But if you want to track most of the models, it makes sense to be maybe a little bit more broad. All right, another question. Can you share the prompt for asking about making your website more visible? Yeah, it's just a natural language expression where you just ask ChatGPT. Whenever I trigger prompts, I'm like, please summarize and index all the blog posts from January from this URL. And I click on deep research, and that's it. So hopefully that helps. Another question, do you have any proof that what you said about first pillar is true? You cannot ask LLM to learn about your product from asking. I do actually have a proof. As we tested LLMs takes the file, and we saw that the data or some of the product features information that we've contained within LLMs takes the file, and only within this file got into Claude. So I do have a proof that Claude gets LLM mistakes. I'm not sure about other models. That remains to be seen. But yeah, we did test it for Claude. So hopefully that's some of the proof. But again, as it is with SEO, as it is with a big part of marketing, there are things that you can prove. There are campaigns where you have a very concrete numbers, conversion rates, but A/B testing and stuff. Here, you cannot A/B test, or it's virtually impossible to A/B test. I don't like content pillars or A/B test LLMS takes the file, because there's no way to do that. You would have to have two similar domains with a very similar audience, and one would have and very similar not traffic. Again, it's impossible. So a lot of those are speculations, and as bad as it sounds, it's the best we can do at the moment. And for a big part of SEO, this is the best thing that anyone could do over past 20 years, right? We are doing SEO audit, not doing, but we are ordering SEO audits for our own blogs on probably every 6 months or so. And we still, we do get some definite answers, some of the, concrete tips and tricks that were confirmed by Google. There's some of that, but there's also a lot of, speculation on whether it's going to work or not. All right. Another question: how to find prompts worth tracking in ChatBeat? So yeah, so you can use a suggested prompts tab that we do have some cool algorithm behind suggesting some of the key prompts and validating them next to against search volume, potential search volume for those prompts. So yeah, that hopefully that helps. But again, you can also use this trick with Google Search Console. I find it very useful that you can also look for most popular questions within Google. That's super useful as well. Another question: what about tools that continuously query LLMs in ways that expose the brand? Could they be more effective than solutions that rely on API base? I mean, I think that a good AI visibility or AI listing tool should use both. So we do see differences in responses that, for example, ChatGPT provides through API and through web browser, and it doesn't and let's put the personalization aside, right? Because I'm much more likely to get results personalized based on my account history, on my history of interactions with ChatGPT. It works the same way within Google, right? But even putting this aside, there are some major differences between API and browser-based verification or browser-based, answers that ChatGPT or Claude or DeepSeek provides. So we try to do both, but the goal is the benchmark is always the web browser, essentially, because that's how most users access ChatGPT or Claude. They don't use API. So I would recommend you guys use a tool that does use web browser simulation when collecting answers from LLMs, because otherwise it would still provide a value, but it might be highly inaccurate, or more more inaccurate than other tools. So hopefully that helps. YouTube, publish video transcription. Yeah, I would recommend that, but I would recommend to provide your own subtitles. The YouTube own subtitle generation tool is very, very good, but it's very, very good for English. If you have a Polish content, for example, or Polish YouTube channel, I would recommend to create to use tools like 11 Labs or some others, maybe happyscribe.com to generate Polish subtitles and then English subtitles to make sure that they are accurate and then upload them. I did that for some of my most popular videos on my YouTube channel, and I saw that there is a correlation between the it works well for the YouTube algorithm as well. So it's a win-win because it will likely provide some additional boost to your video. Although most of your most of how successful your video is on YouTube is about the quality of the video, the hooks, the thumbnail, etc. But Google or YouTube really likes subtitles that you provide. So that's a yes. Another question. This sounds like regular SEO, but rebranded. Yeah, that's 100% right. There's so many similarities between SEO and geo or AI SEO. The biggest difference from my perspective is links versus mentions. For SEO, links were sort of like a key. Apart from all the fundamentals, right, the great content, etc. But link building is a big part of SEO. And with geo, link building can also contribute a lot, but it's more about mentions and specifically the kind of mentions that have some sort of a sentiment. So, and that's one of the reasons that we invested in this space, because we feel like this is a very what was the best word? It's very synergical to Brand24, which is obviously a social listening tool that tracks all dimensions and determines whether they are positive or negative. And the more positive mentions you have for your brand, there's a almost 90% correlation between number of positive mentions and high ranking within AI citations, within AI models. So positive mentions contribute a lot in geo. They probably contributed somewhat in SEO too, but in geo, they have a big part in the geo success. So I would say that this is one of the biggest differences. But again, there are more similarities than there are differences from this perspective. So I can see a lot of SEO experts are quickly becoming geo experts because, and it's not cheesy. It's not there's also a lot of people who have little knowledge about geo who are calling themselves geo experts. But yeah, I if you have ability to work with experienced SEO specialist that has some even small background in geo, I would go for that because again, there's, as I said, there's a lot of similarities. So another question, what other tools could you recommend for AI tracking for small companies? I mean, not a big budget. Yeah, so there's a number of tools. Apart from our own, there's Profund, which is very expensive. There's Otterly, which is probably similarly priced to Chatbeat, so more for small and medium-sized businesses as well. What other tools? Peak AI, pretty good product from Germany. what other tools? Obviously, SEMrush, Ahrefs have their own modules for that. SEO Surfer has a great, or Surfer SEO has their own great module for that, which you can use. I think Write, which used to be like this tool on top of ChatGPT to write blog posts. They also have their own tool for that. So yeah, it feels like every other week there's a new AI tracking tool. So, but if you are, if you have a limited budget, I would recommend you you go for our biggest compilation of best practices that I personally write and rewrite every month. Let me find it and share it with you guys. I would introduce most of the best practices listed here. And again, it feels cheesy to promote my own content, but all the best practices, everything that I've spoken during the previous webinar, during this webinar, because I've updated this article just a couple of days ago, it's all there. So I would start with implementing those tips. It's free. You don't have to buy any product to do that. And then I would wait a couple of months. I would maybe manually track those answers. So I would, you can also use a free trial for any of the AI tracking tools to maybe find key prompts, find the top key prompts that you want to track. You can write them down and you can just manually check them every week or every month or so. And I don't know, put the numbers in the Excel file or track it in any other way, just manually, what we do in automated way. And then if you see that the best practices are working, that your visibility is improving, then maybe it makes sense to spend some extra bucks on the tool. That would be my my suggestion if you have a limited budget. Another question: a company that is to start with LLM, what do you recommend to do first? Exactly what I mentioned just a moment ago. It's great that those two questions are linked. I would start with best practices listed in the article that I shared. And then once I would implement, maybe not all of them, because there are also some of the very advanced best practices, like creating your SMP server, which is obviously tricky for a small or even medium-sized business because it needs some additional resources. But yeah, I would introduce most of the best practices, specifically those pillars that I've mentioned today. I would make sure that AI models digest my website. And then, after a couple of months of manual tracking, I would consider using a tool or not. Or maybe you'll get number one, and you don't have to use any tool because you win within your space, and you're good to maybe look for some other channels that although I think AI traffic is the lowest hanging fruit for upcoming months and maybe years. It feels like early days of Facebook ads or early days of TikTok ads. It's inexpensive. It's easy to access. It's less like deterministic, because with Google, with Facebook ads or with TikTok ads, it was fairly easy. If you were paying, you would get clicks. And here it's less tricky. It's more speculations. It's more like a mystery, what works and what's not working. But it's for me, it's the biggest, the lowest hanging fruit for upcoming months for marketing. Another question: how do you start geo strategy? Is the best way to approach it? Again, hopefully my two previous questions answered this. I would start with those three pillars. Again, they are listed within this article. I make sure this article is very, very fresh. Every couple of weeks, I've updated with the newest and the latest and the greatest best practice we stumble upon, and not only some stuff that we read on LinkedIn or X, because there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of people who are claiming that they have amazing results. I just browse projects of our customers. We have essentially hundreds of brands already use our products for AI visibility. So I have access to like the master account, and I see which ones are performing the most, the best. And then I look through the results. I try to find some patterns, some best practices that others could implement, hopefully. And some of those companies are unwilling to share their case studies, but some of them are super willing. So that's how we managed to get those case studies. All right. Have you observed that sometimes LLM-driven entries convert into leads better than others? Based on your experience, which ones? Great question. So it's very similar to SEO. So from my research, the listicles perform the best, and listicles are within Google. Those are articles that list tools, right? Or list products, like what's the best Bluetooth speaker under $50, or what's the best camera for astrophotography. Articles like that typically converted best when it came down to SEO. And it's very similar within geo. So key prompts where it seems that people are researching are looking for a specific product, like, again, what's the best Bluetooth speaker under $50? Those types of questions, those type of prompts are highest conversion. Higher conversion than the prompts where people are trying to learn some stuff, like what is the share of voice, or what's the music theory, or something like that, right? So product oriented, and it's I know it might sound obvious, and it probably does sound obvious, but yeah, those types of questions are performing the best. But it's also worth to underline that the traffic from ChatGPT is performing much better than any other source. For us, at times we saw the conversion rate to sales was around 4%. Right now it's probably around 2%, because with the higher traffic, it typically goes down in terms of the quality a little bit, but it's still twice better than our next highest converting source of traffic. So yeah, that's what we're here fighting for, essentially. Very, very caloric traffic, very high conversion traffic. Does activity in Google Maps have impact on AI overview results? Great question. And the honest answer is I don't know. I would expect yes, because we saw that Google reviews are one of the biggest source of or maybe not the biggest source, but Google reviews influence Gemini recommendations a lot. So if you consider Google reviews part of Google Maps, as they are probably, then yeah, they do have a big impact. But if having your company headquarter visible on Google Maps is influence your overall visibility or not, no idea, I'm afraid. Sorry. If someone in the United Kingdom asks in AI in Polish, how does this impact results in chat-based probably? In UK, it might show local answers, but if a great question, and that was one of the first questions from people who started to use this type of product, not only Chatbit, but one of the first features was to introduce geolocation. So when you set up key prompts, you can choose default mode, which will be English, like a global market. But if you prefer to verify answers for a specific market like UK or Poland or Sweden or whatever, you can just choose this in the options. And then the AI tracking tools will try to simulate, they will be using browser to ask ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini questions from a specific IP, from a specific location, just so you can, this is one of the biggest challenge, right? If you have a key prompt in English and you want to learn what's the typical answer for people in UK or in Canada or in Australia, as it will be different from US, it makes sense to have this geolocation feature. So hopefully that helps. Another question, just let me. All right. Is your business service-related outsource? If your business is service-related, outsource, not ready product. Do you see any other strategies to boost visibility in LLMs for such businesses? Yeah, specifically for local businesses, we saw a lot of use cases for local businesses. So what I would do, I would research key prompts in general, but then I would try to narrow down the most popular prompts for your, let's say you are a local bakery, right? Let's say, or maybe baker is, there's still probably people looking for a bakery online, but let's maybe for a local hairstylist, right? Then I would recommend you research the key prompts for hairstylists in general, for any brand within a hairstylist space, and then I would try to target a local versions of those prompts. So what's the best way to I'm not a hair designer expert, but what's the best way to, I don't know, like paint your hair or stylize your hair or something like that? Then making a local, like in Vegas, in Wrocław, in Warsaw, whatever, but making it localized, and then there's a huge space for content creation that is dedicated towards specific locations. There was a recent leak from OpenAI when you can look into their JavaScript when using ChatGPT. If you have an open developer console, which is a bit tricky, but if you have a developer console, you can research which keywords ChatGPT uses when they are looking for extra articles when answering your question. And you can use this to pinpoint what keywords do they use to use essentially Google or Bing to pull some additional information. But typically that would be hairstyle, design, Warsaw or Las Vegas. And what I would do, I would try to just position for local. I wouldn't try to get all the traffic from US related to hairstyle design. I would try to be very focused on the niche to again to pinpoint this traffic, to aim for this long tail of prompts that would have additionally the name of the city related to that. So yeah, hopefully that helps. And I've used here the name of a city as a localization method, but you can use other ways to narrow down if you have a CRM tool. You mentioned that this is not a product. So if you're SEO agency or geo agency, it might at some point it might be beneficial for you not to aim for or maybe not only to aim for all the customers within your country, but try to focus on the customers within your region by adding these extra keywords related to your city, and this way you can get there. So hopefully this helps. Another question: should we generate content about our company and flood portals with it so models can cross? Flooding any website is definitely not a good idea, because it's just like, it's not 2020, it's not 2005 anymore, and it's a simple way to get banned and likely to be tagged for your brand to be tagged as a spammer by Google, maybe by some AI bots that will stumble upon the flood of your content that doesn't seem very authentic. So our recommendation and our approach, this is what we do ourselves, for ourselves, not for our customers, because we are a product company. We don't do agency stuff. We create products and we use them ourselves. Our approach is to join existing conversations. You can do social listening to pick up conversations related to your business, and you can join them by boosting organically your brand awareness that way. Sometimes we start our own conversations, but we do that while providing value. It's not about creating like Reddit posts like, what's the best social listening tool? By the way, I think that Brand24 is the best social listening tool, and it's the greatest. It has their CEO is a dick, but otherwise it's a cool company. So that wouldn't work. That would be very quick ban on Reddit, likely. And even if you don't get banned on Reddit, people who will read that will think it's an ad, and it's very shady. So again, it's all about providing value. Like, there's so many people online who need help. There's so many people online that need your assistance in any industry, in any topic. You just have to find them, provide value, and those conversations can be great for AI, for AI learning about your company, for boosting your brand awareness within the AI. So I wouldn't spam. Maybe you use. I wouldn't flood. I mean, I'm sure you use this word with no bad intention in mind, but yeah, just to underline this. Yeah, I would engage in conversations on websites that rank high within top sources for your industry. There are some of the best sources for LLMs in general. Those are Wikipedia, Reddit, Forbes, YouTube, which I mentioned already. And you can engage on those platforms, but the best way to approach this is to find sources that are high-ranking sources specifically for your industry. It's likely that Reddit or Wikipedia or YouTube will be high on the top sources list for your industry, but it will not be the only high source, and it's unlikely to be number one. The number one typically will be your industry niche source, whether it's going to be some message board or some other website, I don't know, if you're in financial industry, then some financial website or message board or some blog. Then I would engage on those sites that are preferred by LLMs. But even if you know that those websites are preferred by LLMs, I wouldn't flood them. I wouldn't create content, like fake content, I would try to provide value. I would try to contribute in conversation, to be interesting. I know it sounds cliche and maybe even naive, but I really believe that we build this 100 million plus company within the last 15 years by essentially providing value. None of our content was spam. It was always about trying to contribute, and I really believe in this approach. If you just provide value, the value will come back in a way. All right. Another question. I'm using ChatBeat, but most of my prompts has search volume below 100. Yeah, that happens a lot, specifically if those are related to some niche. I know my keywords will also use the tip with Search Console. Great, but still, there's a bunch of ways I can form these keywords into questions, prompts. Sometimes it's about super small differences. Yeah, that's a great question and very common. Sorry, and very common problem with AI tracking tools, with AI visibility tools. What you have to keep in mind is that the key prompts that you see within those tools are more of a key prompt pillars. So if you set up a prompt that's, let's say, what's the best hotel in Las Vegas? Even though it's a single prompt, it's a representation of dozens of other prompts that have the same or super similar meaning for LLMs. So regardless if you ask what's the best hotel in Vegas, or what's the best hotel in Las Vegas, or what's best hotel Vegas without in, you would if you try that over 10 times, you would get very similar results, because between a single question, even if you ask precisely the same question, you would get two different results. But over some time, let's say the errors average out, like statistically, and it's tricky, but essentially you have to look at the key prompts that you see within your AI tracking tools as a representative of all the long tail of key prompts that are very similar, that have only tiny differences, and you don't have to type all of them into ChatBeat or SEMrush or other tools, because it's great that you have a representative for this essentially thread of prompts. So yeah, but sometimes, if you get search volume below 100, you have to keep in mind that the search volume is only an estimation, and it changes as fast as for example, Google Search Console provides additional results, or Google Keywords Planner provides additional search volumes for keywords. This visibility is quite new, and that means that most of the search volumes that we see are likely undervalued. Like what I mean by that, it's that it's likely that there's way more people typing those prompts than the search volume suggests, because typically the analytics lags behind the actual behavior actions from actual people and users, right? So hopefully that helps. Another question: does traditional keyword research still matter in 2026, and how should beginners adapt for AI power search? Great question. Yeah, keyword research definitely matters, as it's very, very related to key prompt research, right? If you find keywords, it's very likely that the most popular keywords for your industry will have representations in key prompts. So if most popular keyword for your industry is hotel Las Vegas, then key prompt, what's the best hotel in Las Vegas, is very likely also hyper performing prompt. So it's very linked. Actually, this is how we've made most of our initial configuration for Chatbeat customers. We did the keyword research, just regular keyword research within tools like SEMrush or Ahrefs or Moz, and then we've tried to translate some of the keywords to key prompts. We also supplemented this with some other ways to pinpoint the key prompts, but I would say that it definitely still matters. As Google still matters a lot. I mean, we are here super excited about AI visibility. I'm super pumped about AI visibility, but needless to say, Google organic traffic is still much, much bigger than AI traffic, AI models traffic. And it's likely to stay like that for next, I don't know, 2 years, more or less. So, so yeah, I mean, it does, because content marketing, organic search, and regular SEO would be still probably my first pick when I would be launching a new company and starting with my marketing strategy. I would likely do them in parallel, because I really believe that while investing early in AI visibility, you can win a lot right now. SEO space is much more crowded. It's likely a bit harder to get into top 5, top 10 than with AI SEO. But yeah, I would definitely say it still matters. Hopefully that helps. All right, next question. Is an AI first search environment, which technical SEO signals matter most? Site structure, internal linking, or schema markup? All of the above, I'm afraid. The structure, the AI loves structure. This was next to content capsules, probably the second biggest contributor within this search engine marketing land research that I've quoted here moments ago. So schema, FAQs, internal linking for the AI bots to crawl your content. It definitely makes a lot of sense. And it's bound to make a lot of sense in upcoming months and years. Oh, sorry. Another question to the previous one. The LMS is already read by AI crawlers, but you say you can use ChatGPT for feeding AI about your product. This is not supported by fundamental knowledge of. Why is that? So you're saying that when I ask ChatGPT to crawl my website and to index all the data that it found on my website, and I have this setting turn on. Let me show you. Let me share my screen again. All right. Just a moment. All right. I just have to hide my sidebar in ChatGPT so you guys don't see that I've just researched the cream for some of the sticky stuff on my back, lower back. actually my ass. Am I allowed to say ass during the webinar? Not sure. But hey, it's my sense of humor. So yeah. So what I meant is that if you have this setting on improve model for everyone, it literally says that it will use your data to train new models. So it will use the data that you pulled through deep research to your ChatGPT in training of the models. Moreover, when you run a deep research, there's we can see that website that has been deep researched in a way, URLs that has been deep researched are actually then popping up in Clarity as websites that we're not only getting AI traffic, which is obviously the citations, but also AI bots. And obviously, we don't know the exact algorithm behind ChatGPT. What do they do with the data? How fast it is used to train new models? No idea. But we know that it is getting there. So that's good enough for me, and that's good enough for most of the let's say best practices at this point. All right. So hopefully that helps. What's the next question? What's the LMS file? So it's sort of like a robot takes the file that is designed to communicate with LLMs. It's some people called it a standard for communication. I don't think that it is a standard for communication with LLMs yet. So it's yeah, it's a dedicated file. I can show you how it looks like for brand 24, or from, you can see a really huge brands using LLMS takes the file. Again, there are some proofs that it is beneficial towards your exposure for example, models like Claude. Again, we saw that information from LLMS takes the file were picked up by Claude, and LLMS takes that file was the only source that this information could be found. So we know that it was actually pulled by Claude. And you can see that companies like Stripe, they do use them. LLMS takes them. So maybe, maybe it's a wishful thinking. Maybe only some of the LLM companies are using LLMS takes that, but it's not a huge effort to create this file. Again, you can use Stripe.com as a benchmark, or you can use brand24.com. LLMS takes the file as a benchmark. So it doesn't take a lot of resources, and it makes sense to give it a try. Hopefully that helps. All right. Another question. Do LLMs make use of schema.org, structured data embedded into website? And if so, how does it influence? Yes, so this sort of structured content was one of the most one of the biggest contributors to high ranking, according to search engine land analysis that I've mentioned before. I think I recently saw a report from SEMrush that had similar findings. So schema is definitely a way to go, and it's actually the content structures, as I mentioned, is one of those three pillars, or one of the commonalities between the winning case studies that we did with some of our customers. So definitely recommend it. Do you recommend any courses or materials for beginners for bootstrapping? Good question. I mean, I've never saw any course on online for that. Right now, this knowledge is very distributed. I would be very wary of the courses that are out there because, as with any gold rush, there's a lot of people who will like to sell you, a shovel. So I would be very careful about that. Most of the resources that we have are either our own research based on the, again, customers that we have, or from the companies that, from my experience, are trustworthy. I really like research done by companies like Surfer SEO. I really like research from SEMrush. Ahrefs had some cool research related to this topic. So it's not, there's no single space that lists all of this, but yeah. So you have to pick those sources, pick up from various sources. I try to be sourced like that. Again, the article that I shared with you has all the best practices that we've ever found and verified to some extent. So, but yeah, if you stumble upon a course, it's likely to provide you with the same knowledge the article that I mentioned has, only for $900.99 only till for next 24 hours, limited offer. So I would be cautious. Another question: what do you think? Are links still important as important as before, or do mentions? I think I already answered this question. Links are still very important, as they are one of the biggest contributors for organic search. For geo, they are not as important, but still important. Not as important as mentions, though. All right. Could you please share the article you mentioned just a second ago? Yeah, I think I've shared a link. I've shared a link on public channel here. Hopefully, yeah. I'll make sure to also link this in the post webinar notes for your convenience. All right. Next question: how much credibility does Reddit content has in top AI bots? Still a lot. It's still very credible source for most of AI models, specifically ChatGPT and Gemini. For Claude, not so much. From what I remember, they had a lawsuit. Reddit and Claude, they have some sort of a lawsuit. So they're not the biggest friends, or maybe they already settled and it's all good. I don't follow that much into it, but Gemini and ChatGPT, Reddit is still very, very important. It's not as important as it was 6 months ago, but it's still very important. Again, you can use AI visibility tools to track changes in sources, right? So let me show you this. Let me open some of the project here. All right, so and let me share again my screen with you. All right, so hopefully you can see that. So you can use those tools, any of those tools, to see how it changes over time. So you can see that over past 3 months, Reddit in late 2025 was by far most cited source by number of articles, pulled from Reddit, a number of citations pulled from Reddit. But then it went under in December, right? And then it went back to being top right now. So, and you can probably try to analyze this for even longer period. I'm pretty sure that. Not sure if you have that data available from June, but let's try. But I'm sure that there would be even more. And you can see that Reddit was even more booming. Yeah, so if we were to hide all the other sources, you can see that there are phases in how likely Reddit is to get cited. And that's one of the values that tools like this bring, that you can manage your focus in a way. So you can focus on the sources that are key at the moment, because maybe in 6 months they won't be that valuable anymore. So yeah, you can see that for any domain it changes a lot. You can see that Wikipedia had a great September. It was by far the most cited source, and then less. But you can also see that in general, let's see whether how it plays with ChatGPT. So you can see that and now we can see that the early September was great for Reddit. For some reason, ChatGPT was really using Reddit a lot in early September, and then it went down big time, right? So there are shifts that are out of our scope in a way, because those shifts are part of the ChatGPT algorithm. They are part of the, probably some business decisions and partnerships related to collaboration between OpenAI and Reddit. So it makes sense to track them, to see which sources matter most at the time. And you can see that early September was big in general in terms of number of citations for ChatGPT. So in early September, ChatGPT was much more likely to pull some sources. He was likely pulling more sources in early September. Then they changed something and it went back to this. And for example, here, now this is super interesting. Let us see how Rotten Tomatoes went down to 0 for Gemini. So that's super painful for Rotten Tomatoes. But if you had a brand or company related to movies, and Rotten Tomatoes was, you thought about this as one of the key sources for your AI visibility strategy, then I'm sorry to tell you, but it's not that important anymore. Not for Gemini anyway, because of those changes. So yeah, it makes sense to track shifts like that, because they help you to focus on what really matters at the moment. And you can see the same thing for Reddit. Wow, that's painful. Yeah, that's only like fraction, like some single citations for Reddit for Disney Plus. It's a project about Disney Plus, but prompts are set to track anything related to movies or streaming services, right? So you can see it from the Disney Plus perspective, but you can also see this from, I don't know, like Amazon perspective or Netflix perspective, right? So yeah, that the change is the only constant in a way. So yeah, let's me get back to questions. Probably still a lot of questions to answer. All right. Do you know if AI chats use video transcriptions to feed their models? Definitely. We do know that. ChatGPT or OpenAI even confirmed that they've crawled over 1 million videos on YouTube to train their new models. And I've also showed you that you literally have an option within YouTube channel to feed your data to OpenAI or to Gemini or to other models. So the transcripts are definitely a big part, videos in general. or would you? Yeah, I would recommend if you have English channel and YouTube has no problems, and you see that quality of your automated captions in YouTube are great, then no need to add transcriptions. But if you have a local channel, maybe in non-English channel, I would definitely recommend adding English and Polish or your other local language transcriptions. Any podcast episodes? Spotify. Great question. We haven't seen citations from Spotify that much, but I would imagine that at some point reviews from Spotify do play a role. So I wouldn't say that this is a major source right now, unless you can see that in your sources tab within your AI tracking tool. But definitely something to have in mind for future. Guys, that might have been the last question. We had 90 minutes for questions, but again, if you have any questions whatsoever, not sure if you've noticed, but I really like to talk about AI visibility. So if you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out to me. I'll be happy to look over some of your questions. I'll answer any question you might have. I'm super easy to find, whether it's on Facebook, LinkedIn, email. I'll share my email address here, just so you guys can easily ping me with any questions. If I didn't get to your question, I'm sorry. We had 90 minutes. So again, all the materials will be here available. There will be Polish subtitles for this whole webinar and Q&A, and we'll have some additional materials for you guys too. Stay tuned. We'll have more webinars like that. This is a changing topic. This is a changing landscape. So yeah, we have to keep tabs on the changes that are happening, and yeah, hopefully you find this meeting useful. Please let me know if you did, and yeah, any questions whatsoever, reach out to me. Thank you so much, guys, and have a great day. Take care.